Have you ever felt that certain words come out of your mouth with more weight than they should? That simple phrases, spoken in ordinary moments, carry such a deep truth that even you are startled? This is not exaggeration or imagination. It's a sign. The chosen don't just live. They leave traces of light wherever they go, even in what they say. Sometimes you say something and the very next moment, you feel as if you've exposed a part of your soul. It wasn't planned. It was natural. It was spiritual. The chosen have this essence leak. They express without realizing it deep truths that reveal their origin, their calling, and their sensitivity. Their words are clues left along the path, as if the Spirit were breathing between the phrases. That's why today I want to show you something special. 7 phrases, simple, direct, even common. But when they come from the mouth of a chosen one, they become signs. Signs of a soul waking up, of a spirit trying to remember, of a mission trying to emerge. These phrases are not learned. They are felt. And if any of them have ever lived inside you, then maybe you are one of them. I am George, and I'm here to remind you of what you already know but have forgotten, of what the world has muffled, but your soul has never silenced. If this message touches something inside of you, follow this channel. We are just beginning a journey of recognition, awakening, and purpose. And if you've made it this far, it's because something in you has already started to remember. 1. It feels like I never truly fit in anywhere. Have you ever walked into a room full of people and still felt like you didn't belong there? Even while smiling, even while interacting, it's as if there's something between you and the world. An invisible barrier. It's not rudeness, nor coldness. It's a strange sensation of being physically present, but with a soul that longs to be somewhere else. Since childhood, this feeling follows many who carry a deeper calling. At school, you felt different. Among family, out of rhythm. In friend groups, there was always a certain inner silence, a sense that you could never fully fit in. As if you were playing a role just to be accepted, even while knowing it wasn't really you. This isn't about direct rejection or being unloved. Sometimes, you're even cherished, welcomed, included. But inside, something feels misplaced. It's like watching life happen from the other side of a window. You see it, you understand it, but you don't feel like you belong. And that hurts. It hurts because there's no logical explanation. It hurts because it makes you question yourself. What once felt like a problem, you slowly begin to recognize as a gift. This sense of not belonging protects you. It keeps you from living what doesn't nourish you. It pulls you away from what isn't real. And gradually, it brings you closer to those who resonate with your frequency. The loneliness that once hurt begins to become a space of healing and reconnection. And one day, without warning, you meet someone who says what you've always felt. Someone who listens without judgment, who sees beyond what you show. And in that simple moment, you understand that it was never about the number of people around you, but about the quality of connection. The chosen one doesn't seek crowds, they seek truth. Your mission isn't to fit into pre-made molds. It's to create spaces where others can also breathe with ease. It's to be the one who doesn't conform, who inspires others to embrace who they truly are. You're not wrong for feeling different. You are called to be different. And that's exactly what makes your presence so necessary. If this phrase has ever come out of your mouth, know this. You're not alone, and you're not lost. You're simply moving away from what doesn't represent you, and closer to what truly makes sense. The discomfort isn't the end. It's the beginning of the journey of someone who came to awaken, to heal, and to transform. 2. I always sense when something is about to happen. There are people who just know. They feel it in their body, in the silence, in their heart. They have no proof, but they're certain. This is one of the strongest marks of the chosen ones. The sensitivity to anticipate the invisible. You don't know how, but you know. You don't need an explanation because your soul understood it long before your mind began to question. Sometimes it's a sudden unease, a tightness in the chest for no reason, a strange tiredness on a calm day. And soon after, something happens. Someone calls, news arrives, a misunderstanding is revealed. And then you remember, I was already feeling it. This is not your imagination. It's connection. A deep awareness of layers the eyes can't see. Many don't understand this because they still live disconnected from feeling. But you've learned to trust the signs, to respect the silent alerts. And over time, you've seen that this gift is also protection. It has saved you from accidents, wrong choices, from people who seem too good to be true. Because something in you already knew what was still hidden. This sensitivity also draws you closer to what's real. You detect lies effortlessly. You sense when someone is hurting, even while they smile. And you feel when a place is heavy, even if everyone is pretending it's light. The chosen one feels what's true, and that guides them with wisdom that goes beyond logic. Sometimes this perception comes through dreams, other times through an uncomfortable silence. There are days when the world feels loud on the inside, even if everything seems normal on the outside. This happens because your soul is picking up movement in the spiritual realm. These are warnings, signs, messages, and you can't ignore what you feel anymore. The beautiful part is that over time, you learn to use this gift with lightness. You don't have to prove anything to anyone. You just feel and follow, even without explanations, even when others doubt. The calling doesn't ask for an audience. It asks for obedience to what resonates within. And that's what guides the chosen ones, faith in the unseen. You might even ask yourself, why do I feel so much? But deep down, you already know the answer, because you were sent with a fine-tuned spiritual sensor to protect, to warn, to guide, to walk paths few understand, but that lead you with precision. It's not easy, but it's sacred, and every sensation is part of this gift. If this phrase has ever come from your lips, know this: it carries more than words. It carries spiritual memory. It carries a calling. You're not guessing, you're remembering. Your soul came with this sensor activated, and it will keep guiding you even when everything seems unclear. 3. I just want to be at peace. This phrase, spoken sincerely, reveals something deep. For the chosen one, peace is not a luxury or a fleeting wish. It's a vital necessity. When you say this, you're not running from the world. You're trying to breathe. You're trying to protect yourself from a noise only you can feel. Because living awake in a sleeping world is deeply draining. Many don't understand this need. They think it's exaggeration, drama, isolation. But you know how much your soul needs silence to reorganize, how much your energy needs rest, how essential it is to be in places that don't weigh you down, that don't force you to carry more than you can. Peace renews you, it grounds you. Sometimes you disappear, you turn off your phone, you step away from social media, you stay in silence, and it's not rejection, it's protection. You've learned that without those moments, your light starts to fade. Without retreat, your intuition gets lost. When you stop listening to yourself, you begin to absorb too much from others. The whole world weighs down when you forget yourself. You've tried to adapt. You've forced yourself to be in places that didn't resonate with your truth. You've kept quiet to maintain harmony. You've smiled when you wanted to cry. But over time you realized it's not worth betraying yourself to please others. Because when peace leaves, the soul begins to silently fall ill. Seeking peace is an act of courage, of putting yourself first, of admitting that your emotional health is more valuable than any appearance, that your energy is worth more than the approval of those who can't see your essence, and that true victory is keeping your heart calm, even in the middle of chaos. This phrase carries more than words. It's almost a prayer. When you say, "I just want to be at peace," you're really saying, "I just want to be myself, without fear, without pain, without having to fight all the time." And this honesty with your soul is a huge step on the path of awakening. Because those who seek peace are seeking God. If this resonated with you, if you've ever said or felt this phrase in moments of deep silence, know this: you are a chosen one. And your peace is precious. Protect it with everything you have. 4. I feel like I have a calling, but I still don't know what it is. You feel it. You can't explain it precisely, but you feel it. There is something greater calling you, even if that calling still doesn't have a clear name or a defined direction. It's like a whisper in your chest, a silent vibration saying that your existence has a purpose beyond routine. And no matter how much you try to ignore it, you keep feeling it. Many around you live on autopilot. They work, pay bills, follow patterns, and even when you try to do the same, something inside you feels unsettled. It's as if your soul is crying out for something more, as if simply surviving were not enough. You want to live with meaning. You want to wake up with direction. You want to use your life for something true. The calling is not a fixed destination. It is a living path. It reveals itself little by little, as you begin to listen to yourself more, to move away from what no longer resonates with you. Every reading that touches you, every person who awakens you, every synchronicity that happens, all of these are clues. Every detail carries a piece of the map. Often the calling does not come in words. It comes in the form of longing. A longing for something you have never seen, but feel that you belong to. A desire to return home, even without knowing where that is. This deep feeling is not delusion. It is spiritual memory. You were marked even before you were born. Now you are just beginning to remember. The time of the Spirit is different from the time of the world. While everything around you seems to rush, your soul is learning to walk with depth. There are moments when nothing happens on the outside, but everything is moving on the inside. And in those periods, faith is essential. Faith that you are being prepared, even when it feels like you are standing still. Sometimes the calling will pull you away from comfortable places. It will close cycles, break bonds, provoke changes. Not because you failed, but because you are being realigned. Discomfort is not punishment. It is direction. When you feel that something no longer serves you, listen. It may be heaven itself, repositioning you, even if it hurts a little at first. And even without all the answers, you have already taken a huge step. You recognize the calling. Clarity will come with time. For now, keep walking with sincerity. 5. There are times when I just want to disappear from everything. When this phrase arises, it doesn't come from ordinary tiredness. It comes from a deeper exhaustion that is not just physical. It is the soul asking for a pause. The chosen one feels too much, perceives too much, carries too much. And there comes a moment when the body keeps standing, but the spirit needs to withdraw so as not to get lost. You don't want to disappear because you hate people or life. You want to disappear because the noise of the world invades too much. Empty conversations, constant demands, other people's expectations, emotions that are not yours. All of this accumulates inside until the only possible answer seems to be silence. While many distract themselves so they don't have to feel, you feel even when you don't want to. You enter an environment and immediately sense the weight. You hear someone speak and pick up the hidden pain. You observe a situation and understand more than what was said. This is not weakness, it is spiritual sensitivity. But sensitivity without rest becomes overload. When you say you want to disappear, what you really want is to protect yourself. You want to disconnect the invisible threads that tie you to other people's emotions. You want to stop absorbing what does not belong to you. You want to be alone for a while to remember who you are without external interference. This withdrawal is healing, not rejection. There are moments when you need to close yourself off so you don't fall apart. And that's okay. The world teaches that always being available is a virtue. But the chosen one learns over time that saying no is also love. Self-love. Love for your own energy. Love for the mission that can only continue if you are whole. During the periods when you disappear, something important happens. The mind slows down. The heart reorganizes itself. Intuition begins to speak louder again. It is in these moments that you understand things that once seemed confusing, that you accept old pains, that you release weights you didn't even know you were carrying. Silence becomes a teacher. The chosen one was not made to live exposed all the time. They need refuge. They need deep pauses. They need moments where they don't have to explain anything or hold anyone up, where they can simply exist, without external expectations. These moments do not delay your life. They align you with it. Over time, you learn not to feel guilty for needing to disappear. You learn that this is part of your spiritual functioning, that your energy is not infinite, that your gift requires care, and that respecting your limits is a way of honoring what you carry inside. If this phrase has ever been part of your life, know this: you are not giving up. You are preserving yourself. You are preparing to return more whole, more conscious, more true. Here, silence is also part of the journey. 6. It feels like I sense what others don't say. There is a silent sensitivity that cannot be explained out loud, but that you carry. You feel what is not said. You see what the eyes deny. You perceive pains that were never shared. Sometimes, this is a gift that brings you closer to those who need help. Other times, it is a burden. Since childhood, you already picked up on the silences in adults' words. You knew when someone was sad, even with a smile on their face. You grew up perceiving what no one explained, and wondering whether others also saw the world with that same strange clarity. Over time, you realized they didn't. This was something unique to you. You read an environment the way someone reads a book. You enter a place and feel the atmosphere, even if no one says a word. Energies speak to you. Intentions are revealed. You know when someone is being false, even with a sweet voice. You sense when someone is tired of life, even while saying everything is fine. This gift of perceiving the invisible is a clear sign of an awakened soul. But it is not easy to carry. The world does not always value this sensitivity. Often people expect you to ignore what you feel, to treat everything as if it were normal. But you can't. Your soul doesn't allow it. When you identify that something is wrong, even without proof, trust it. You are not making it up. This silent wisdom that lives in you is real. It is direct communication with more subtle planes. And the more you align with your truth, the clearer this communication becomes. It is natural for you to feel more tired than usual in certain environments. You absorb what is in the air. And if you don't take care of yourself, this begins to weigh on you. That is why silence, solitude, contact with nature, and prayer are so important to you. They are ways of cleansing what is not yours. This gift also teaches you to love in a different way. You love by what you feel, not by what you see. You connect soul to soul. And when you realize that someone is hiding from themselves, you feel pain, because you wish you could help, even when you know you can't do it alone. If this phrase has ever come from your mouth, or if you live it even without saying it, know this: you are not exaggerating. You are feeling what few have the courage to face. This is not weakness, it is depth. And the chosen ones are like this. They live in a visible world, but they respond to the invisible. Here, your sensitivity is not a burden. It is a bridge. And you don't need to explain yourself, just feel. Because when the Spirit speaks, the chosen ones understand. 7. There is something greater guiding me, even when everything seems messy. This phrase often comes from the mouths of the chosen ones in the most difficult moments. When everything around seems to collapse, when plans don't work, when the heart is tired. Even so, something inside says, keep going. It is a faith that was not taught by anyone. It was born with you. It lives in you. And it has never abandoned you. The life of a chosen one rarely follows a straight line. It is made of paths full of curves, unexpected changes, people who leave without explanation. Sometimes everything seems out of order. But even in the chaos, you feel a greater force organizing things behind the scenes. It's as if something invisible were holding your hand, while everything seems to fall apart. This kind of guidance does not come from outside. It does not depend on advice or guarantees. It comes from within, from a deep place that you yourself cannot fully explain. It is a direct connection with something sacred, something you feel even without seeing. And the more you listen to this voice, the more clearly it guides you. There will be moments when everything seems still. No answers, no direction, no light at the end of the tunnel. But even in those moments, you will feel that you are not alone. The chosen soul knows how to wait. It trusts even without signs, because it has lived through enough trials to know that divine guidance never fails. Some people may even say it is illusion, too much optimism, an escape from reality. But those who live this know, it is not imagination. It is certainty. It is presence. It is as if God whispers to your soul, don't stop. You are doing well. This voice does not come to impress. It comes to sustain. And when the mess of life feels unbearable, breathe, close your eyes, and listen again to this whisper. I am with you. You did not get here by chance. Something brought you. Something greater, wiser, more loving than any human explanation. This force has been with you since before you were born. If you've made it this far, reading each of these phrases with an open heart, it's because some part of you already knew, already recognized. What we've done together was simply to put into words what you've been feeling in silence. Each phrase, each line, each feeling, they were just reminders of a truth that has never left you. Being a chosen one isn't about superiority. It's about sensitivity. It's carrying a soul that perceives too much, feels too much, loves too much. A soul that often remains silent because the world isn't ready to listen. But the truth is, when the chosen speak, something awakens. Because they don't speak with their mouths, they speak with their spirit. Maybe you felt strange your entire life, out of sync, offbeat, outside the norm. But now you're starting to understand. It wasn't inadequacy. It was preparation. It was refinement. Your soul was trained in silence, shaped in pain, and strengthened in solitude. So now you can begin to remember who you really are and why you came. Those phrases you read, have you ever thought they didn't come out of your mouth by accident? They're like clues left by your spirit, little keys that open inner doors. And when you hear yourself saying something like that, it's as if your essence is whispering, "You're on the path." Even if you don't understand everything right now, feel. Feeling is the language of the soul. The calling that pulses within you is real, and it doesn't demand perfection. It demands presence. You don't need to have all the answers, or be someone who's fully ready. What makes you chosen isn't knowing everything. It's having the courage to keep going, even without seeing. It's walking in faith, even with fear. It's feeling that something greater is holding you, even in the mess. That's why when you say, "I just want peace," or "it feels like I sense what others don't say," or "something is guiding me," it's not just an expression. It's your soul manifesting. It's the divine spark within you saying, "I'm here, still alive, still steady, still dreaming." Every chosen one has a role. Sometimes it's to heal, other times it's to teach, and sometimes it's simply to listen. But all came with a mission that transcends the ordinary. And that mission reveals itself in the everyday, in the right encounters, in the right words, in the silences that say everything. Your story didn't start today, but maybe today you began to remember it. If you recognized yourself in any of these phrases, if you cried in silence, if you felt like someone finally described you, comment below with the phrase that spoke to you the most. Just like that. Write what touched your soul. I'll be reading. And who knows, maybe by seeing your words, another chosen one will awaken too. Because when one remembers, others begin to remember as well.